Well, guys, it happened. Yesterday at right around 12 o'clock in the morning, my channel exceeded 2,000 subscribers, and I could not be more excited. So to thank you all for supporting the channel, for subscribing, for commenting on my videos, and for just being a fantastic YouTube audience, I decided to go ahead and put together a theory video that I've been working on for several weeks now, a little bit early for you, and get it posted today. And that video is one that asks a very simple question: what is Lion? What is he? And by extension, what is his relationship to Rose Quartz? There is definitely a connection between the two characters. Lion has Rose's things in the pocket dimension inside his mane, and his color scheme is effectively Rose's color scheme reversed. Not to mention that he seems to have knowledge of locations important to Rose, such as her secret armory. And despite not following Steven's commands, Lion seems to have an instinct to protect Steven, who is Rose's son and has Rose's gemstone. Not only that, but he seems to have an understanding that he is supposed to teach Steven about Rose. So what is he? The other crystal gems don't seem to have a clue. My first thought when I originally saw him was that he was somehow whatever was left of Rose when she gave birth to Steven. But the video in Lion 3 Straight to Video indicates pretty definitively that Rose did indeed retreat into her gem to allow Steven to emerge and became a part of him. My next thought was that Lion was a gem monster that Rose tamed. After all, in Monster Buddies, the crystal gems do say that Rose tried to tame the corrupted gems. Maybe she succeeded with Lion and the others just never found out. But I don't think so. Lion has been around for long enough now that if he had a gemstone of his own, I think the crystal gems would have noticed. They are all curious about him after all. Also, there is the fact that Lion is clearly male, where gems, and by extension corrupted gems, have female characteristics. So if Lion is none of these things, then what is he? Well, as crazy as it sounds, I think he's exactly what they've been calling him since day one. A lion. A real, genuine earth lion. I think that Rose met him in the same desert that the crystal gems found him in, befriended him, and trained him, meaning to make him her son's guardian. I think she trained him to take Steven to different places and show him certain things when he experienced specific cues. Maybe she even trained him to seek out Steven at a certain age, but Steven happened upon him early by mistake. Or maybe he simply disobeyed her and didn't seek Steven out. Or he just forgot and seeing Steven reminded him. I mean, we've never really seen Lion to be a very obedient creature anyway. However, if all of these things are true, that doesn't explain his magical powers. So where did he get them? First, to understand why I believe that all of this is true, we have to examine gem magic very briefly. From what we've seen of gem magic, it seems to draw the energy it needs to sustain itself or to be cast in the first place from a gem's gemstone, much like gem technology is powered by presumably non-sentient gemstones, and the magic of the temple is sustained by the crystal heart. We also know that powerful gems can pass their special powers to others, such as when Garnet shares her future vision with Steven not once, but twice. I think that Rose did something similar, sharing some of her magic with Lion, turning him into what he is now. This would explain Lion's pocket dimension. After all, Rose presumably created her room in the Gem Temple, and it seems to be a very similar pocket dimension, being much larger than the space that it presumably occupies. Not only that, but it seems to have a similar color scheme. It even has the same entry qualifications: possession of Rose Quartz's gemstone. Heck, even Lion's teleport ability could be an extension of this. The pocket dimension warps space, and to teleport, Lion presumably warps space to create portals between places. If this is all true, though, then what sustains Lion's magic? We have already established that he very likely does not have a gemstone of his own. Well, I think we've already seen what sustains his magic. On the hill within Lion's Mane, presumably at the center of his pocket dimension, we see many things that Rose has left behind. We see a tree representing Rose's love of plants, Rose's war banner, the shirt that Greg gave to Rose, and a bubbled object that resembles a bismuth crystal, which we'll talk about again at some point, I'm sure, but presumably this is an object that was so dangerous that Rose didn't want the others to have it. Next, we see a treasure chest filled with what are presumably Rose's other treasured possessions or even her heirlooms left to Steven. Finally, we see Rose's sword, But is that really the final object that we see here? No. The first time that we see this hillside, we are given a pretty decent look at what look like large crystal pieces protruding from beneath the hill below the tree's roots as if they sustain the tree. I think that these crystals are sustaining more than just the tree. I think they are powering the pocket dimension and all of Lion's magic as well. I don't know where Rose got them or exactly what they are, but the rest of this, I think, all fits together well enough to make a lot of sense. This theory, more than any of my others, is merely speculation, but I genuinely wouldn't be surprised if some or all of these things turned out to be true in some way, shape, or form. But what do you think? Let's get a discussion going in the comment section down below. More than any of my other theories up to this point, I think this one deserves some discussion. But either way, I hope you enjoyed the video. This has been AJ22 saying once again thank you for 2,000 subscribers. And I will talk to you guys later.